thanks so much for talking with us today about some various issues in the district. But first off, we want to talk about the reality that so many school districts are facing right now. Every district leader that I've talked to that is facing the possibility of having to close and consolidate some schools talks about the demographic changes that are happening. We know birth rates as a whole are declining. Douglas County has some really interesting demographic factors specific to different communities within the district. Can you talk a little bit about that big picture, what's going on in Highlands Ranch, in Sterling Ranch, in Parker and Castle Pines, in these areas right now?
Absolutely. Well, we have a really unique challenge in Douglas County because we are dealing with both declining enrollment in our older communities, but we also have pockets of tremendous growth. So we have both sides of that coin, and we need to kind of deal with it as one strategic way. If you think of what we call our North Planning area, which is Highlands Ranch, Castle Pines, Sterling Ranch, which is being built to the west of Highlands Ranch, and the Canyons and Ridgegate East, which is being built to the east across I-25 from Highlands Ranch and Castle Pines. Those areas are experiencing tremendous growth, and they aren't just new little neighborhoods, they are massive communities that are the size of Castle Pines or half the size of Highlands Ranch. And so we've got that challenge of we have all these elementary schools where the declining enrollment is, but we need to be able to provide elementary schools in those newer communities. So what we're beginning to do is engage in a discussion with our community over growth and decline, because they're two sides of the same coin. We have to deal with both of those realities. Highlands Ranch, for example, is a wonderful community that people moved into 20, 25 years ago, and they're still there. People like me who moved there 20 years ago with very, very young children and put their young children through our school system, and their kids are maybe now in high school or in college or beyond college, and the families are still living in their homes in that area, which means those elementary schools haven't had new little kids replace the ones that grew up there. So we've got elementary schools in Highlands Ranch that have very low enrollment. We're not in an emergency situation at this point, but we are in a place where we need to plan proactively. I don't want to be making snap decisions when we're in a truly emergency situation because we have such small schools. So what we want to really do is plan for the future of our community and look ahead and think about, in the Highlands Ranch area, where would it make sense to pair some of our schools so that we can maximize opportunities for kids. At the end of the day, schools that are really, really small or schools that are overflowing, as our schools on the edge of Highlands Ranch are due to those big communities bookending Highlands Ranch. Both sides of that have a lot of challenges in terms of opportunities for our students. A school with an overflowing population has large class sizes, has to use mobiles, which we know is not ideal, has some limits to programming because there just isn't the space. Schools that are really, really small struggle with staffing. How do you find an art teacher that's a 1/4 time art teacher? And making sure that our kids have all those specials accessed in the after school programs that are in the bigger schools. So for us, the leading part of the discussion is opportunities for our kids and our families. And in those new communities, we want to make sure that those new communities have access to elementary schools the same way that I did when I moved into Douglas County 22 years ago with my young family. So it's looking at opportunities for kids across our district and how we can make sure that we continue to offer the same great opportunities.
Great explanation there. I could ask you the numbers. Just to point out, some of these newer communities where those younger families are moving, there are very few, if any, elementary schools. Is that correct?
That's correct. So just to give you some numbers, Highlands Ranch has 38,000 homes and 18 elementary schools. Sterling Ranch is planned to have 13,000 homes. It's about 16% built out now. And we have no elementary schools at all in Sterling Ranch. That was actually planned as part of our bond initiative that we ran last November and that we may have to try to run again this November to ensure that those families have access to at least one elementary school.
Right. Thank you for pointing those numbers out. Let me ask you, as you've watched perhaps Jeffco and Denver schools make decisions about closing schools, have you learned anything from the approaches they've taken? Perhaps, like you said, not waiting too long till it becomes an emergency to make these decisions. But you've seen families upset about their schools closing and things like that. What are you taking from what you're seeing in other districts?
First of all, these are never easy discussions, and I don't want to criticize the way other districts have handled it because these are really, really hard things to do. But I will say a few of the steps that we feel are necessary. One is really truly planning ahead. We're looking to make a 3 to 5 year plan. We're not looking to do any pairings of schools next year. We're looking to do a 3 to 5 year plan so that our families and our staff have plenty of notice as far as what the plan will be and what it will look like. Two, we want to make sure our staff know right now, because Douglas County is in the position of decline and growth, there is a job for everyone. So we want to make sure that our staff know that as we're looking at pairing schools in the next 3 to 5 years, that no staff member, not a single staff member, will lose their position in Douglas County schools because we have paired schools. There's plenty of jobs for everyone across our district. It's just the growth is in a different place than the decline. The other thing I think in watching that we've really gleaned is how challenging it is when you split a school community in half. And send half of a school community to one place and half to another. And so our conversation is really about pairing schools, bringing two really small communities together as one larger community to maximize the opportunities that they have for students.
That is really interesting. And we will make sure that word is used. Pairing is a unique way of approaching this. I can look right now and see the populations of different elementary schools in Highlands Ranch, for example. Do you think parents will look at their school population and try to glean from that? Will my school likely close in 3 years or be one of these schools that gets paired with another school? Have you started to look at any potential schools that will close?
So the first step in our process is really engaging with our community and talking to them about this growth and decline challenge, why it's a challenge, and why looking forward it's going to be increasingly become a challenge. The first thing we have to do is help everyone understand that we do have some decisions we have to make, but most importantly, why. So that's the first part of our engagement before we even talk about specific schools or specific pairings. That's a little later in the process. Of course, people are going to speculate, but we aren't speculating at my level right now. Right now, we are really looking at discussing with our community why this is a challenge. When we get to the place where we're talking about potential pairings, we're going to do that with our staff and our community as well. Those are hard discussions, but not having the discussion and kicking the can down the road is worse than just having the discussion, getting on the same page and understanding what's going to happen in the future, not tomorrow, but in this 3 to 5 year plan. I think that's much more important than just not having discussions because they're hard.
And just to be clear, when we say a 3 to 5 year plan, that would mean no schools would be paired till beginning in the school year that starts in 2026?
That's correct. So the earliest a pairing would happen would be the 2026-2027 school year. So we do have some time here, but we want to make sure again that we use it well and that we engage and do it with our community and have plenty of plan time for our staff and for our families.
And is the district only looking at elementary schools at this point?
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. We are only looking at elementary schools. If you look at our district, Douglas County in particular, traditionally our families have had access to a local neighborhood elementary school. We haven't typically bused students really far away to get to an elementary school. Middle school and high school is a different story. We can bus kids to get to a middle school and high school, and we have throughout our history in Douglas County. So really we're talking about elementary schools. For our middle schools and high schools, at least for the next 3 to 5 years, we're certain that we can look at boundaries and be able to balance those as well as we can.
You know, you point out that there are jobs for teachers, maybe too many jobs, actually, not enough teachers. I know that recruiting teachers has been a major goal. The last time I talked to you, I believe, was right after the mill levy vote failed in November. So what efforts are happening right now? I know you said you're going to go back to the ballot and the voters next year, but what else is happening right now to shore up teacher pay?
Sure. Well, shoring up teacher pay is really challenging without a change in our mill levy override. However, we are doing a number of retention strategies. So we're really focusing on making sure that we hold on to the teachers and staff that we have. And we've put in place some short-term retention strategies that we're really excited about. And I just want to be clear for our taxpayers the way we're paying for these short-term retention strategies. Because of the labor shortage and the teacher shortage, we have had empty positions this school year. So positions that we budgeted for but were unable to fill because of the labor shortage. We're taking that budget capacity just for this school year and investing it into short-term retention strategies. So our staff will be the staff who are with us this year and return with us next year will receive a $2,000 retention bonus in September of next year, whether they are a teacher, a principal, or a custodian. Transportation staff will receive a $2,000 retention bonus in order to stay with Douglas County. We're adding a personal day to everyone's balance in July. Again, it's a little thing we can do with one-time money. We are also investing in tuition reimbursement this year, so helping our teachers and our staff with getting tuition reimbursement when they choose to pursue education that will help them in their job in the district. So we're investing in that, and again, all of those things are uses of one-time money that we have because of the labor shortage. We do know that we will get more revenue from the state, as will every school district, and we will use that additional revenue to give modest raises going into next school year, as will every school district. So while that will help us keep our teachers, it's also really important to understand that while their pay will move up modestly, so will other districts' pay, and that gap between us will remain until we're able to solve our mill levy override challenge. We know that our teachers, especially teachers who start out in Douglas County, our starting pay right now is $43,680. A teacher who makes that kind of money cannot live in Douglas County, really can't live anywhere near Douglas County. And that's got to change. We want to make sure that our teachers and staff can live where they work. It's really important. It's important for our kids. It's important for our community. So we're looking at creative ways to use land that the district has that we know we won't build schools on in areas where we just don't need another school, and to use that land to work with a developer in order to create housing that our teachers and staff can access for rents they can afford.
Well, Erin Kane, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.